Hello. I am coming at you from our homestead all the way out here, and today I'm out here collecting a soil sample. I wasn't planning on doing a video, so you'll have to excuse the poor quality, but I wanted to take the opportunity to go ahead and show you guys around a little bit, because we're going to be doing a lot. First up, I want to show you guys, we have a pond that needs a lot of help. Again, we are getting ready to get started doing everything, so it's a little bit embarrassing right now. But we'll get it taken care of. There's another smaller pond right here that doesn't even always have water in it. So there's our power pole we had to put in, and we did underground to this panel you see there. Okay, let's talk to you for a minute. So today feels like a big day. It's a full moon, and I just happen to be off all week. I work in a nursing home, and we've got a COVID outbreak going on, so I was one of the unlucky few that got it right off the bat, and so I'm off all this week, taking as much advantage of this time as I can to deepen my study in herbalism and just really get some things going. So one of those things that we're getting going is soil sample. What I'm doing is I'm testing this area. It's going to be my garden area for next year, and this is a spot that I've always dreamed about having a garden. This is going to be the third time I'm living on this piece of land. Third time's a charm for sure. So I started back in 2017, I guess. Probably 2018. I got a single wide trailer, 3 bedrooms for $2,500, and I saw that as an opportunity to have a home for my kids that I didn't know anything for and nobody could take from me. But the land is raw at this point. So I got this trailer, had it moved out here, and then I had to quickly come up with a plan to get an address, power, source of water, put the septic in, things like that had to go down, and that was a lot of hard work, but that's done. And I tried to live out here for about a year. I moved in December because I was just too excited once I finally got to the step where I had power. I did not have a well at that point. I had, and I still have it. I'll show it to you guys one day. There's an 1,100 gallon cistern tank that is at the back of the property. And what I would do is I would haul water with 2 IBC totes that I have, that I would drive either to Marlinton, which is about a half hour away, and fill up there at the water plant, or I would go to the spring, which honestly is almost a half hour away as well. But that's what I would do, and I would have to go. For the family of us, it was like every week would go. Sometimes you could push it to 2 weeks if you can make multiple trips in the same day, but that ends up being a full day worth of trips back and forth to town, which is frustrating. So anyway, some things happened and I had to move back to town. I was in the middle of doing my bridge program to become an RN. I was already an LPN at that point. And it was just a lot going on. So it didn't work out. I moved back to town, and then I ended up buying a house. Bought a house in Lewisburg. Thought this is convenient. And by this time, it was 2020. So COVID time. The prices were good. The rates were low. I jumped on it. And I still have that house, and that's where we are currently living. I lived there up until, I guess, almost 2 years ago. Tyler and I decided to put a well in. I got together some funds to do that, and then after the well was in, we decided to move out here to do the homesteading thing. And this was in 2023, right? I guess so. No, it was 2024. March of 2024. And then we ended up getting married while we were living out here. And that was a pretty special time. We hiked a trail up in Pocahontas County. It was so beautiful, so mossy. If you have me on Facebook, then if you see that background picture on my page, that is the exact spot where we got married. So it's very personal and beautiful. So yeah, we got married out here. After the hike with my family, we just did immediate family. So my brother, my parents, my kids, and Tyler. And we did that hike together. Then we came back here and partied through the nights in our backyard here on the homestead. But we didn't get a whole lot done last year. There just wasn't enough time. And we've got kids and extracurriculars and all the things going on. So, and then one of our dogs ended up, here we are. It's a half-hour drive to even a gas station or a grocery store or anything like that. And suddenly we had a nuisance dog that was running around out here and got both of my dogs pregnant. And that was kind of an ordeal last summer. Our runners didn't work out in Lewisburg, and then by March of this year, we were coming into spring, and I think there was just like a lot of stress around living here and living in this trailer, and it started to get moldy, and it was, I guess, kind of scary. And long story short, my husband and the kids were all ready to go back to the convenience of town and a stick home that is more than twice the size of this one, so I get it. So we got rid of our goats and our chickens, and we went back to town in March. Here we are 6 months later. Well, now we're in November now, but 6 months later, we started kind of wanting to come back. And in the last month or so, we've really just decided on it. And I think it's no coincidence that is happening at the same time that I'm coming into this new path of herbalism. And I'm just so excited to make something out of this property finally, and just to be so proud of what I've created here. Right now it's not much. It's honestly kind of embarrassing. I'll show you some video about what we got going on right now. Somebody was living here when I finally got the deed to the property, and they did some really weird things, like pushing a shed up against a trailer and somehow attaching it, and the roofs are different. It's just, things like that you have to deal with. But I'm getting a plan together. Very excited about it. Going to make this place nice and, like I said, something to be proud of. And I want it to be functional. I've got lots of pine trees here, but I also have lots of open space, and it's all flat land. It's a little under 5 acres. Not a whole lot, but plenty to do everything that we want to do with it and still be small enough that I can maintain it easily. Plus, I'm really into the idea of permaculture, and I would like to somehow permaculture my homestead here. At least some, with the ponds and everything up front, would be cool. But yeah, let's get to collecting the soil sample, because I got a lot to do today. You helping? You helping? Jaga, what are you doing? Holy smokes. I thought I was doomed, you guys. Somehow, even though I'm out here taking videos and doing things, somehow while I was collecting, I guess either the last or the second to the last sample, I lost my phone. And unfortunately, my phone landed in a sea of craziness. If you can just see how much is growing here. And it landed face up. So then the screen just reflected all the growth that it was hiding in. I've been out here for almost an hour, combing through every step, looking for my phone. But I got the soil sample. I have it sitting over on the porch now because I literally had to walk away from looking for my phone and just take some time to smell the flowers. And then I just happened to walk across it. You ready to go now, Chaga? No. You're ready to stay, aren't you? She's having a blast out here. Okay, well, it's an hour drive home, and I still have a few things to do here on the homestead before I head back to town. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for coming along with me today.